What's going on, guys? My name is Cody, and this is a different type of video than I normally would do. Normally I'm sitting at a computer when I'm about to do something, but this time I figured I would do this because this is weird. I'm not used to doing laptop reviews whatsoever, and I'm surprised I have one that I'm doing a review for, but I figured it'd be time for me to actually prove that I can do something more in cell phones, video games, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we got my camera here, which is a Galaxy S6, and I'm going to show you guys that it is possible to game on a laptop if you know what you're doing. So without further ado, the video title is "But Can You Run It?" series for Dell. So, as I mentioned in the intro video, I had to have a computer for work, and the one I had couldn't even run Chrome, and I do a lot of stuff where I have to have multiple tabs open at once, and this computer, it was just broken. Like, it was an old HP, it used Windows 7, it had low-end parts in it, and it died on me on a regular basis, locked up. I could only use Internet Explorer. So I went to Micro Center, as I mentioned, bought a computer. I got one on sale. It was an open box. I spent less than $400 for it, and I bought some software, put it on there. I put my normal utility suite, all that kind of stuff, and then I tried to run things on Steam, and turns out you can stream several games on here, and I'll show you guys right now the computer we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at the Dell Inspiron 5000 series. It's model 5567, I believe it is. I'll definitely, whenever I go into the specs part of this video, I'll list everything proper. But it has a Core i5 7th generation processor. It uses 2.5 gigahertz. It is a i5 6200U. It's actually not that bad as far as laptops are concerned. And I apologize for the camera. I'm using a Galaxy S6 as a camera because I'm obviously not sitting at my computer for this. But yeah, so we got this. I disabled a lot of the Windows 10 features like Cortana and everything. We don't need it, so I said screw that, we're not going to use it. And I found out a couple of really interesting things. You can stream games on this thing. Like, this has got my Steam library hooked up from Ragnarok, and I was able to run most of the games. I can't run Skyrim, I don't believe, but that's because Skyrim uses a menu that you have to log in before you actually get into the game. So any game that doesn't have that, you should have no problems getting into. I found out that you can stream Final Fantasy X just fine. Like, I went into some battle with that, and alright, so you guys are following me, I'm sure, at this point. So we're going to go ahead and turn this volume down. Last thing I need to do is get a copyright claim against me. So we're going to do a little bit of audio. But if you can see up in this top corner here, I've got MSI Afterburner, right? So we're sitting at about 25% right now. And keep in mind that this is there's a lot of stuff going on the screen here. Not enough to actually be super awe-inspiring, but we're going to go ahead and we should be able to see the control shift. There we go. There we go. Now we can actually see some more of the on-screen display items and everything. We'll be able to see the FPS and all that kind of stuff. Now keep in mind that the on-screen display from MSI Afterburner is on here, and we're using a computer that's got Intel onboard graphics. It's using the HD Graphics 620. And I'm actually impressed that this thing is working as well as it does. It's got 1 gig of video memory last time I checked. It's got 8 gigs of built-in storage. So it's not exactly the worst when it comes to storage, but it could definitely be better. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to load a little bit of gameplay here and show you guys. So it doesn't look all that fantastic, but keep in mind most of that is the monitor, because the monitor isn't exactly the strongest part of this computer. We're going to go ahead and use this controller because it's a little bit easier for me. If I can get it to work. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and get out of this area because I don't want to be here. Get somewhere it's actually got a little bit more action going for it. There we go. So we're sitting at about 12% on the GPU. I wanted to have a light where you could actually see the GPU usage a little bit better. We are sitting at about 30 FPS, which is about right for this game. It's pretty much locked to its screen rate. It's this monitor's a 720p monitor, somewhere in there. So it's not the strongest monitor on the whole wide world, but it definitely gets the job done. So, like I said, I never thought I'd actually be giving any kind of props to a Dell device. You guys know me, I don't really care for pre-built machines, but like I said, I had to make the best out of a bad situation and buy a computer. I'm going to buy one that's actually decent. I'm probably going to go ahead and trade this one in for one that's a little bit more powerful though, so I can do proper gaming while I'm at work whenever I'm not busy. So let's I can't run the accelerated functions, but there you go. So you can see a little bit of pixelation there, but again, that's not too awful bad. Like it could be about 1,000,000 times worse if you ask me. So we're doing this and just run. As you can see, like Final Fantasy X is not the lightest game in the world if you think about it, and some of the required specs are actually decent. We're gonna go ahead and capture a few things if we can. No. Hey, there we go. So I had a little bit of, it's having a little bit of a hiccup there, but that was also a bunch of small explosions at once. So at that end, the usage didn't even go up by very much. It was just a little streaming thing. Keep in mind that when you stream things off of Steam, it's coming from the computer, right? It's coming from computer, going through the Wi-Fi, which is all the way up there. It's about 2-3 floors up. So we're on the bottom floor of the house. Top floor of the house, the technical third floor, if you want to call it, has the modem. So we're actually streaming just fine through through all the house, through all the crap, onto a laptop that costs less than a third as much as or less than a quarter of what I spent on my computer. So we're gonna go ahead and call that a win. We're gonna keep going until we hit the save point here, and then I'll show you guys some of the specs I threw in here to speed it up a little bit, and it'll be good, I promise. But we're gonna enjoy this battle scene here, and we can really see that limitation. But again, it's not the GPU's fault. It's just the connection, I'm pretty sure. But assuming this computer is so low end, I'm impressed that we're getting this far. Also, I'm powering up Warren. If you guys want to know what my whole party's running, or if you want a copy of the save file that I'm using, because I've racked over 200 hours into this game at this point, just on this version. Have all but one. I have all the celestial weapons. Only one hasn't been powered up. But yeah. So we got consistent gameplay. They're actually doing pretty good on gameplay. And the dog's barking. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the dog is barking. Houston, the dog is barking. I repeat, the dog is barking. Alright, so let's do something. And keep in mind, I have all the settings cranked up right now on Ragnarok. So it's streaming as is to the laptop. And you can see that pixelation again. So we click here. Oh. Oh. Well, you guys get to see me fight something for the first time. Yeah, sure. The ultimate lizard. I'm gonna switch over to my Riku. Go away, Orin. Okay. So the lizard has... Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. There was a little bit lag there, but game's always been a little bit laggy on that. Well, that didn't work, did it? Okay. So I'm going to switch over to ultimate weapon. Screw that. Okay. Okay. What do I want to do? There we go. That'll work. Alright, so we do that. Yeah, I'm not being very nice. This is going to take a couple of minutes probably, guys. If I survive it. Like, if so, then this review will be fantastic-y. And it's a good example to show you guys, like, even then the graphics wasn't really pushed at all. Like, even when you use Ultima, the FPS doesn't drop, or the there you go, see 12% right there. Running Ultima. Ultima is one of the most colorful attacks in the entire game, if you exclude Aeon overdrives. So we're gonna go ahead and just do Ultimate again because I can. I'll multicast Ultima. Like, when you've got 200 hours into a game, there's no stopping you. Like, you know. I'm currently on the quest to get every single monster in the game. And I want to go through clearing all the sphere grid. You know, I've got probably a good 30-40 hours more before I'm satisfied with how the game's going. And then I have to go through Omega runs again and power up everybody, you know, it's that kind of thing. Because I've only been using Butlet, Lulu, and Riku the entire game. Yes, I named myself Butlet. Well, rather JC and I named our guy Butlet. It's just JC and I haven't been able to play together in a while. But now we probably can. So there's that. Like, JC would probably be shocked that I'm able to do this. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do it at his place, but maybe. How much health has this guy got? Okay, let's see. You know what? I'll probably just name this video, Can It Run Final Fantasy? Wow. Okay. Ah, you bastard. Hold still. Like that. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Why did I do that? Oh, if that hit, I would have laughed. Okay, so... I'm just going to repeatedly try to... Hey, you know what? Why not? I feel brazen. This would be the real test. How about this? We'll do this. We're going to do units overdrive, right? We're going to use Grand Summon. We're going to do... Let's do Anima. Anima has a pretty labor-intensive A, summon, and B, pretty much everything else. All of Anima's attacks are. So we're going to go ahead and use Oblivion. I just crit for over 1 million. Only Aeons can do this, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, there you go. So, I think we can confirm that this computer will run just about anything if it's able to do that. So let's go ahead and shoot back to the stat screen, and we'll be back in just a minute and I'll show you that. Alright, so like I was saying, that pretty much completes everything, I guess. Like right now I've got Advanced System Care running on it again. Just doing a little bit of optimization, you know. I check every single day to make sure the drivers are up to date and all that kind of stuff, you know. It helps to keep everything up and running just fine. So, like I said, it's not a bad computer whatsoever. It's already finding new stuff, like every single day definitions are updated. Startup items can always be updated. Junk files, you know, I've installed a few games on there to test it and all that kind of stuff. So you can imagine shortcut errors and all that kind of stuff. You're going to see that in every machine. It's just a matter of simply going in and cleaning up your stuff every time you delete something. You know, you have a picture you don't want anymore, you delete it, you go in, make sure all the stuff's wiped off the hard drive, and then, you know, doing that all the time will keep your computer running at top speed. And yeah, so this computer actually does a very good job. I'm surprised I'm saying that about a Dell. But yeah, I believe that takes care of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for checking out this video. If you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Please leave a comment down below. Let's get a conversation rolling. Be sure to like my channel, especially if you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. And since YouTube is doing their whole, we're going to screw everyone out of their ad revenue, especially Let's Players, anybody that plays anything that involves death, destruction, mayhem, violence, nudity of any kind, which, you know, most of us don't really play stuff with nudity on YouTube anyway. But, you know, basically insert random reason to make someone like Adidas mad at us, and they take our ad revenue away. And it'd be awesome if you guys checked out my Patreon account. You can donate anything between $1 or $1 billion. I would really like $1 billion, but, you know, like put my kid through the finest of schools. But yeah, so do that, and I really, really do appreciate every single person that helps me out. And if you have a suggestion for a future video, be sure to also put that in the description down, or the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. What's going on, guys? My name is Cody, and something, you know,